Alright, let's get his backpack blocked in. So I can hit Z to bring my little thing back. And if I'm hitting my arrow keys, it keeps changing on me. Not really sure why. No biggie. We'll drop this down here. And, okay, so if I hit Z again, that'll get rid of the widget. And now I can go back here, and I'm just going to do a BI. We're just going to do a big old brush insert sphere right on his back. We'll go ahead and select his body. Turn off the poly paint here. Hold down Shift and hit the bent up arrow. That'll shoot it all the way to the top if you have multiple subtools. There's only one, so you just had to hit that without Shift, but just FYI. And we'll go ahead and drag his backpack out here. And let's turn off polyframe. Let's go ahead and do you can do a split hidden. I'm going to do a quick hide point split hidden. Now where that is, hide point is under visibility. I do that a lot for some things, so I just have hide point and split hidden right next to each other, where in reality it's hide point visibility and then all the way up here to split hidden. I put those buttons next to each other because I use them all the time. You could just do a split unmask points. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to go into select this backpack here, go into solo mode. Your solo button's probably down here. I moved it up here. And I'm just in solo mode, going to just kind of move this backpack into shape. And then hit the arrow key to go to the left. We'll just move this into shape here. And because it's a lot smaller than what I have here, I'm going to hold down Control Shift, grab my clip curve, and we'll just tap Alt once to kind of give me that soft bend and just kind of clip that back. Then we'll go to the front. Looks great. So now we got a backpack in here. Hit Shift Z. Select the white color. Go out of solo mode, and we've got his backpack in here. If I want to, I can go ahead and just Control drag to Dynamesh, and because it already had Dynamesh turned on, because when you insert a mesh on a mesh that has Dynamesh already enabled with all the Dynamesh properties, and for you those will be under the geometry Dynamesh, it will inherit those properties. So this thing's already Dynameshed, and I go in here and shift smooth it, go in here with my trim dynamic, make this look like a little bit more of a natural backpack shape. Not that it's overly natural, but it's rounder. And hit Shift Z, and we'll go ahead and fix the shape. Looks like I lost a little bit of its egginess. There we go, a little bit better. Okay, good enough. So we've got a backpack on there. We've used trim dynamic. Let's go ahead and smooth that down. Go out of solo mode. Maybe use W. If I just pull it, it'll actually pull the whole thing. If I want to, I can anchor it at that point and just kind of use move to kind of really pull this thing around. Now if this thing wraps around his body, let's go ahead and mask the middle part here, and then we'll use transpose and then rotate to kind of rotate this around his body a little bit, maybe transpose it in just a tad. And you can also use move to kind of move it into his body here. Control drag, smooth that transition out. Go in here, and we can use clay brush to kind of fill in this nastiness we got. And then smooth, Control drag to re-Dynamesh. There we go. Good enough. So we got a backpack here. Now we need the ring around here. Let's just grab our awesome brush we made, insert mesh brush, drag out a ring right here. It's on both sides. Hit W or R to rotate. W to go into move mode, and that's just going between move, scale, and rotate. W, E, R. And I can go to the top here, rotate these around. So it kind of looks like it starts round and then it just goes straight. So I'm going to mask the part where I want it to be round, and then W, and just kind of move this back like so, and maybe rotate this around into the backpack like this. And now I can just use my move brush to kind of position these things. So it goes around his arm and then into the backpack. I can Control drag. Let's go ahead and keep these loops separate for now. I'm going to hold down Control Shift and isolate them, do a quick split hidden. Of course you could do split unmask, we've already talked about that. And now when I'm looking at the side reference, this looks like the top comes out a little bit more to kind of cover up the fact that this is going in there. So it goes in here, and if you just want to see what I'm looking at, you can just I'm just looking at this little image here. Character sheet, and then Alt tap this to select it, and then this one kind of goes up, so up and around the shoulder here. And if you want to, you can go into your inflate menu and the tool deformations, and then you can just inflate this thing. I'm going to use my little brush here. You can deflate it by doing a negative, or if you're careful, you can hold down Shift and kind of smooth, kind of the opposite of inflate. Now this one's getting a little pointy. I'm going to go into solo mode here and go into inflate, and I can inflate this up. Now, If you want to make this geometry look a little bit better, one thing you can do, but you still want to keep it like sub D style quads and low res, you can go in here to your geometry, go to ZRemesher and just say, you know what, I like the number of polygons, so keep it the same. Adapt to size we may get into later. That's just more for putting in control loops for variations in your surface like this. We don't need that. I'm just drop that down to 0, hit ZRemesh. Now to go ahead and look at your object and go, you know what? This is a little bit better. Nice and quadded, but still, you know, sub D. In fact, if you hit D, you can see what it would look like if we hit Control D, hit Shift D, and basically what that's doing, we'll get to this in a bit, is under Geometry, Dynamic Subdiv, D and Shift D toggles that off. It's giving it a smooth subdivision preview, so it's kind of giving you a preview of what it would look like if we actually added subdivisions, which we're not going to yet. So anyway, looking good. We got his little backpack here. Move this back. This is going down here. This is going down here. I'm going to go and inflate and kind of make these a little bit more equal. Perfect. Looking good. I like it. Coming together. So I'm going to rotate this a little bit, move it out. Nice. Got a little backpack. Sweet. Now that I'm happy with that, let's go ahead and make sure all these things are separate. So I pulled this top part out to kind of give a little bit more fabric for this to tuck into. Now his bottom isn't as flared out as much as I would like, so I'm going to kind of flare out that bottom to compensate for the top. I had to pull out a little bit. Just make sure it's nice. Good enough. Okay, so now that everything is the way I like it, and again, you're working in the round, it's 3D, evaluate from all sides, make sure everything's working. We're going to go grab the backpack here. Let's say I don't want to look for it in my subtool menu. I don't care. I just want to merge this tool and this tool together just by alt-clicking them, right? I'm going to alt-click this one, hold down Shift, hit the bent arrow. I know it's going to shoot it to the top. Alt-click this one, hold down Shift, shoot it to the top. Do my merge down, which for you will be under the merge menu. I have a hotkey for it, Control drag, and now these things are Dynamesh together. You can hold down smooth, you can kind of smooth these out. You can inflate these little transitions in here if you want to, or deflate them, or whatever, smooth them out, whatever you want to do. Cool. Okay, so we got our guy pretty much blocked in. What we're going to do now, I think, and again, I'm just kind of winging this here, is we got his base blocked in. Now, if we want to do very, very cartoony, but also kind of precise, like that Pokeball tutorial that I did, what we can do is actually convert this to that ZRemesh like I showed you, get nice even quads, go ahead and slice him up, make everything really nice. You also notice I'm not doing his hands yet because that requires little tiny details, require more resolution, and I'm just kind of getting him blocked in. So I'm trying to decide right now if I want to go ahead and start splitting him up while he's in this stage and then ZRemeshing, or if I want to wait until he's ZRemeshed and then slice. Let me think about that.